Hello, welcome back to TubeTalk.
And welcome back to you too, Douglas. Last weekend of cricket this weekend.
Yeah.
2 games.
Mm-hmm.
One for the Junior A's in the morning, one for the Colts in the afternoon.
Yep.
You'll be shattered by the end of that. You'll need a good bet of the week to come in to buy you a pie and a Coke at the end of that.
Okay, well, hope the bet of the week can reduce.
Like last week, we'll talk about that later.
We've got a lot of horses to get through, so let's get through.
We have got a lot to get through. Sorry, my apologies. Where you go?
Last week we had 3 runners who did pretty well. Rip 'em Up was a very impressive winner.
Super winner, yeah, she's really found her groove this time and sat back, lovely ride from Tegan Newman, got out, stormed home, won by nearly 4 lengths and was going faster on the line than anywhere. She was picking up speed, so a couple of nice plans for her. I think we'll find another 2100 metre race for her next start and then we might look at some black type.
Hasbro was a very tough second.
He was handy, speed was on the whole way. He went to the front, looked, the winner was just nailed by a horse that sat back. He's going super. He's going, I think he's in the best form of his life.
And Stardom was a good third.
Excellent third, first time up on ground this preparation, third up. He leapt in the air as the gates opened, ended up last, and we wanted to be up handy. It cost him about 4 lengths, but he ran home really well for third, and he's just peaking nicely.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to this week, on Friday, we have Shibuya in race 4 at New Plymouth.
Shibuya Cossington. We do fresh up, important preparation for her. This preparation determines whether she continues as a racehorse or whether she'll be retired. As a broodmare, she had a couple of really good seconds in a row last prep. This is just a starting point. Awkward barrier, sand collar on. Got to ride her how she jumps and she will improve for it.
Next is Mites in race 5, which is at New Plymouth.
He was on his last chance last start and he produced a nice 4th, so he gets another crack. Awkward barrier, but he does tend to begin well, so if he can begin well, he should be in the first sort of couple, and if he shows the fight he did last time, I think he'll be right in the finish. I think he's definitely better left-handed, and it all just depends what's going on in his head, but if he produces last start's form, he'll go close.
Yes, in race 5 at in race 3 at Tauranga, we have Waimoku Falls.
We now move to Saturday, I should just say, Doug, as well.
Oh yes, we went to Saturday.
Yeah, Waimoku Falls. Yeah, so she's a horse that's got a lot of ability. We just feel she's just green and she's not the complete package yet. So we've got to get her racing well. Once we get her racing well, she's a really, really good group horse. So she's a 3-year-old mile. It's ended up being a very strong field. Probably only be a 6-horse field, but the Derby winner Rocket Spate's in there and a horse called Tina again. It's one of its last 2s in this. It's a very strong field. We'll just ride her where she's happy. She seems really well. The mile's no problem, and I think she can run really well.
Yes. In race 4 at Tauranga, we have Raposa Repeater.
Yeah, dubious starter. He's got 61.5 kilos, massive weight. So whether we run him or not, or we trial him and wait for a race in a couple of weeks, we'll decide. He's got an awkward barrier draw too, so he's probably end up gonna get back in the running. He'll probably get back to last or near last, and we'll give him one crack at them. Badly off at the weight, but he's a good horse, and on his class alone, he's a chance if he runs.
In race 5, we have 2 horses at Tauranga. We have Quick Preview and Mighty Aslan.
Yeah, both really good chances. Quick Preview has just been dogged by bad draws, bad tracks. He's been so unlucky. He's actually a really good progressive horse. He's over the odds. Jonathan Riddell on, nice barrier drawer. Want to get him out of the gates, driven out of the gates so he can sit somewhere sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th, not at the back of the field. If he does that on a better track, he can be right in the finish. Mighty Aslan, 2 starts back, was a super second. He was a winner at Ellerslie before that. Last start on a slow 8 that was downgraded during the day, he just couldn't sprint at the end of this race. So he should get a nice trip in transit. And if he returns to his form of his previous couple of runs, they'll be all out to beat him.
In race 2 at Riccarton, we have Sanctify.
Fresh up for a new preparation and a very important one. She's really got to perform this prep or again she'll be retired. This is a key for her. Sam spread on board, nice midfield drawer. She tends to run really well fresh up. So while the distance is too short for her, she's going to want further. We'll probably find her in midfield and I think she'll run with a bit of cheek. Not necessarily winning, but I think she'll run with a bit of cheek.
In race 3 at Riccarton, we have Art de Triomphe.
Art de Triomphe, really interesting, a really nice horse. It's exciting. She's having her first start. She's a 2-year-old. Always exciting when horses start off. She's trialled up really well. She's well-bred Vadamos filly. Sam's put on board, lovely barrier draw. The horse that beat her on her trial is in the race. It came out and won on debut, which is good form. Greenness and just first time to the races will make it a little bit difficult for her, but on ability she can be right in the finish.
Race 7 at Riccarton, we have a tissue.
Yeah, very talented filly. She won last start in a open 3-year-old race at County. She won by about a neck, but there was 8.5 lengths back to the third horse and they ran 122 on a dead 5 track. She's got a very bad barrier draw, barrier 14. She's probably going to get back in the field near last, so need a lot of luck to be winning it, but she's got all the ability in the world as a chance despite the draw, and she's getting ready for a couple of stakes races coming up.
Also in race 7 at Riccarton, my bad, is a Fragile.
Yeah, we would have preferred to run a Fragile and a maiden 14, but there isn't one timed in, so she's in the 3-year-old 14, but she's certainly not out of her depth. She was a very, very good trial winner leading into this prep. She's only had 2 runs. She had 1 run last prep, won a trial really well. First up, we struck a heavy 10 track. We didn't know whether she'd handle it. She travelled beautifully but couldn't sprint. So ignore that, put a line through it. She's got a good barrier draw and she'll run with merit, but she'll be better when she gets over further.
Race 8 at Riccarton is Severine.
Yeah, 2 runners in race 8, and the first is Severine. This is the Group 3 Valachi Down South Island Breeders' Stakes. Severine, nice barrier draw 4. She's been in really good form. We gave her a little break after she won 2 starts back. A lovely third over 1400 metres going into this. From barrier 4 she should get a nice run with cover, and it's a really good chance for her to pick up some black type.
Yes, and also pull your socks up in that race as well.
Pull your socks up down from Steve McKee's stable. She's got a very awkward barrier draw. We're going to have to ride her how she jumps. But if she gets a bit of luck in the running, she's pretty talented, and as long as I say she gets luck in the running, she can win this. Go very, very close. She's right up to this race.
And then race 4 in Tauhernaku.
So no. We're going to go to Australia first, mate.
Oh yeah.
We're going to go to Australia. Where are we? We're back over the page. So many runners.
So many. Race 2 at Doomburn with Alward.
Yeah, the Grand Old Campaigner. I love this horse to death. He gets up to 2,000 metres. It's only an 8-horse field. He's got a lovely barrier draw with Luke Dittman on board. He does have a big weight to carry, 59.5, and most of the rest of the field's got 54. So there's a couple of other horses better weighted than him. Track's been heavy up there, but it should come back into the soft range. I would prefer it if it got back to good, but it won't. But he should get a nice run from the draw. His first 2 runs have been good, and he's a distinct top 3 chance, and I think he'll improve again with the run.
Race 3 at Rosehill, we have Sentimental Miss.
So she will strike a soft or heavy track, which will be the first time she struck a wet track in Australia, and this will already suit her. She's really badly weighted. She's got 59 kilos, clear top weight, but she's got Hugh Bone on board, barrier 3. She should get a nice run, I think, from barrier 3. She should appreciate the track conditions, and I think we'll see her run a far better race, third up over 1900 metres, which also suits her better than the mile last start. Race
4 in
So now we go to Sunday. This is Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, sorry. Race 4, Cole.
Tauhira Nikau.
Salvador Nikau, we have Oceansides.
Oceanides. You know who's got a share at Oceanides?
Stephen McKee.
Grandma.
Oh, yeah.
First start, really excited to see her debut by Ocean Park. She's just needed a little bit of time. Her trial leading into this was excellent. Just led a quiet trial, got back. Lovely action, found the line really well. She's got a midfield draw. She should probably settle midfield. She'll be better when she gets up to a mile and things, but I think she'll run nicely. I think she'll run well, and I think she's a definite top 5 chance. I like her. I really like her going forward.
And then finally, race 5 at Sunshine Coast, we have Sacred Sweet.
So here's another horse that we've been trying to get kicked off, and he keeps striking weak track. So by the time we get to Sunday, Sunshine Coast should just be a soft track, I think. The 1400 metres is too short for him. He's got a bad barrier draw of 9. He'll get back in the field. He'll be last or second last, but gee, this horse has come up well. He has come up super. His trial was excellent. I don't know if he'll threaten the placings on Sunday, being fresh up over a short distance, but he'll be savage in the line and mark him down to be backing in future starts.
Now move on to bid of the week.
Yeah, what happened last week?
We won.
416. Boom.
And then I think I won about $23 in mine.
About $23. $5 on it, at least the $5 stake, $18.
Which I haven't been paid for yet, but will be after this, right?
Correct.
Yes. Anyway, the bid of the week on Saturday at Rosehill Race 5 is Lions Roar.
Yeah, in the Rosehill Guineas, Group 1, 2,000 metres. Lions Roar, he likes a weak track. He's going to get a weak track. I don't think Barrier 12 will be a bad thing for him. I think he'll get back. He'll settle well. I think the weak track will upset a few other horses. He's got no problem staying at 2,000 metres. He was second in the spring, champion in the spring. His form's excellent. Everyone seems to be trying to find something to beat him. He's paying $7.50, which I think is way over. So I think he's an excellent each-way bet. Lions Roar is our bet of the week, Doug.
And that concludes TubeTalk.
It does, and we will see everyone next week.
Bye.
Improving, then Quattromosa, higher power, sentimental miss. He's a good boy in my pay as they go for home. In the middle, Kahu Rock, just fabulous, comes after it strongly over on the outside. Floral Belt fights on the inside of these, and then Bruno Kelly, and now calling us home, is starting to get a split through over on the inside, and sentimental miss from a long way back, just fabulous, Kahu Rock, but sentimental miss is flying. She swamps them the last little bit.